Here we have the 4-hour price chart for Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated, stock ticker AMD. So here we can see that we're seeing a bit of a stronger open to start the week, but we have to sort of keep in mind, these upward price movements here are following a tremendous decline in share price action. In a very short period of time, we've seen a very major reversal in this stock. And this is significant because we will be seeing sort of a series of important earnings reports that are released this week. These will be directed at the technology space. These are several Mag 7 companies. We're talking about Amazon, Microsoft, Apple, Microsoft, Meta. We're talking about there's a series of important earnings releases, and we just saw the most recent release from Tesla as well. So this is really sort of tech earnings season at the moment, and overall, this does have the potential to have a dramatic impact on share prices here, depending on how these earnings reports ultimately unfold. Overall, to the downside with AMD, even if we did see negative numbers, I would probably expect the results for AMD to be limited to the downside at least as far as this stock is concerned, just because we've already seen these dramatic declines here. I'm not sure how much further prices can really extend here near term. As we can see, on the 4-hour chart, this relative strength index reading is oversold. I mean, we have reached oversold territory here. We're below 25. Readings below 30 would indicate oversold territory in the RSI. So there are actually a couple of positive signals here if we look closely at this reading. So, first we have reached oversold territory, which suggests that this downtrend is reaching a point of exhaustion, and is unlikely to continue much further. We're rolling out of that area, which is its own positive signal. And then, in addition to that, you do have a crossover here. It's a little bit difficult to see because the lines are currently overlapping. But this purple line here is starting to cross above the yellow line, which means that the relative strength index is crossing above its own exponential moving average. So this is a turning point in the indicator reading itself. We're not seeing as much activity confirming that in the share price action, but in many cases, the relative strength index does act as sort of a leading indicator, and it can suggest that share prices are likely to ultimately follow the processes and outcomes that happen in the relative strength index itself. So, currently we will sort of move out here to the daily chart to get a sense of sort of the broader term price action here. And here we can kind of get a sense of how far prices have fallen. So, recently the price levels that we would be looking at here would come in at the 187.28 highs, which posted during the July 10 trading session. This occurred after the stock itself broke out of its sideways trading range a bit, and then we did see a fairly major reversal lower quite quickly. After posting these highs above 187, the ultimate lows came in just above 136.80. So this is the level to watch to the downside. But this price move here lower is significant because we did break these prior lows. This would have come in at these prior lows would have come in at 141.16, posting during the May 2nd trading period, May 2. So this price decline is significant because we did break some important levels of support in the process. But the real question here is how much further can these declines really extend? In some sense, there is a reason to be concerned here because this 141 level also came in very close contact with the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement of this dominant trending move here, this bull wave that unfolded from roughly the later parts of October 23 all the way to these all-time highs, which came in during the March 8 trading session. So if we're looking at this dominant trend move here, we can see that the 618 retracement was a very critical level because it came in very close contact with this 141 zone. The 618 retracement specifically did come in just above 144. We're talking about a $3 difference. I mean, that does qualify as as a potential resistance. As a potential support zone. And we did see that initially share prices did actually move higher after the first test here. That would be this upward trending movement here. So this was confirmed as a support zone. Even though we did fall to 141, this wouldn't be considered a confirmed break because you did see such a forceful move to the top side. But since then, we have now broken through this level. There is no question about that. The move is just too much at this point. So we're seeing lows of 136. And the 618 retracement comes in at 144. So, and we also saw a daily and weekly close last week below that level. So that is a confirmed break. From a Fibonacci perspective, the next level to the downside would come in at 121.50, which is the 786 retracement. And this would roughly be the area, the downside target that I would expect to see if we have a series of negative earnings reports from the tech space. That's more than likely going to have an effect on AMD as well, even though it might not be an AMD specific story. You can't really deny the fact that the broader market would be selling off or something at that point. So there really is no near term support zones here. We've got a little bit of historical support that comes in at roughly 134.20. But this isn't being confirmed by any other, moving average or Fibonacci zone or anything like that. So I wouldn't put much faith in the 134.20 level on its own. So to the downside, this would ultimately be my target if we were to see a sort of a round of negative earnings reports for the tech space. If we do see positive earnings reports, let's drill back into this 2-hour chart here to get some more levels here to the top side. I would start to look for this exponential moving average cluster to start to break to the top side if we do see positive results from these tech companies here. So to the top side, a break of the exponential moving average cluster would come in at 162.50. That would ultimately break through this 200 exponential moving average here, this blue line here. And that would represent a fairly significant move to the top side. And it would allow us to then retest these prior highs, which came in during the first half of July. So these are the price levels I'm watching and the factors that are ahead this week. Here's the current market outlook for Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated, stock ticker AMD. Rate of just $9.99 per month for the entire lifetime of your membership, and start trading stocks with the pros.